house. He always said, "An old system. You gotta take care of it or it'll come back to bite ya."
Lena, basketball team capped at Westlake is throwing this huge party tonight.
The disposal glugged and growled. It vomited up a chip of something whitish, like a bit of chicken bone. Casey's eyes glowed with delight, but they stayed locked on her screen. Casey. Serious? Lena. And someone's wonderful, smart best friend got both of us invites. Casey. Serious? Excitement flared in Casey's belly. No one invited 9th graders to real parties. Lena. OFC, I'm serious. Winky face. We can come pick you up. You with your madre or padre this weekend? Casey hesitated. She glanced up the stairs. Her father was probably up there working on some 5 million piece puzzle or carving another crappy wooden duck. If she went up there and asked, he would start lecturing her about chores and boys and her turn to make dinner. As if reading her mind, he groaned down the stairs. "Feed me, Casey. I'm so hungry." Reason number 52,000 it was better at her mom's house, where they had the unspoken agreement to sit on their phones and totally ignore each other. Where, when Casey went out, her mom only ever said, "Have fun." Casey's mind spun with an idea. She could make up a big project for her history class and tell her dad she was going to the library or something stupid like that. Something her dad would approve of. The garbage disposal growled, guttural, hungry. Her father's voice echoed through the house. "Feed me." Casey. I'm at the dictator's house and I have to pay him respects in the form of dinner before he kills my dreams. Lena shot back a gif of a woman covering her mouth, trying not to laugh. The disposal glugged more. She rolled her eyes and left it on. At least if it was 100% broken, her dad would actually fix it. And maybe clean up his mess while he was at it. "Hey, Dad, I'm going to the library with Lena. I'll probably be back late, but I'll put on some, Casey opened the fridge door. She scowled until she saw it. A glass jar full of something red. It had the meaty chunks of her dad's usual homemade tomato sauce. "Pasta. I'll put on some pasta, okay?" Her father called back, gurgling. "Feed me." Casey scoffed under her breath. Rude. But he just kept going. "Feed me. Feed me." Casey leaned against the counter and put in her earbuds to drown out her dad. Soon, Electric Viper's newest album thrummed in her ears. Casey couldn't hear anything as she pulled a pot from the cabinet. She hummed as she popped open her father's spaghetti sauce. Then she froze. There was a fingernail floating on top. She glanced back to the thick red liquid sputtering from the disposal. A pair of yellow eyes stared back at her, rippling under the filthy water. Casey shrieked and staggered backward. A pair of rotten arms shot out of the sink. They were slick and mucousy, pocked with old food and rot. The music was still blaring as those hands dragged her down into the sink. Her cheek slapped against the cold porcelain, her skull like an egg. She heard herself crying, "Dad! Dad, please!" The voice roared over the music, louder than anything. "Feed me." When Casey's mother arrived to pick her up the next day, the house was empty. She found Casey's phone on the counter, full of dozens of unread messages, and a pot on the floor. "Jack?" Casey's mother called. "Casey!" The garbage disposal was running, puking up something brownish and stinking of rot. Jeez.